Can you focus on me? Come on.
Almost made you love me. Almost made you cry. Almost made you happy, babe. Didn't I? You almost had me thinking.
Hola chicos, soy mi ToneClassic and welcome back to my channel. Oh my gosh, give it a girl, welcome back. First of all, let's get into this 90s fantasy I'm giving off right now, okay? You see I'm looking real swollen, looking real swollen in the jacket. No, for real though, I love this and I'm gonna be wearing this a lot. So let's just not say anything if you guys see me wearing it like multiple times, girl. Because I like the way it fits. This is going to be a story time video about the time my friend accused me of stealing. I'm going to say best friend because the time this was my best friend. This is when I was a sophomore in college and it was Halloween, okay? And at my university, our homecoming was either the weekend before or after Halloween. I forget how it is, but every year it always falls where those two are back to back. So it's like 2 back-to-back weeks of girl, like nothing is getting done. Try not to die or get arrested and have fun. So basically a friend of mine had a kickback, like a Halloween kickback at her apartment, and it was her, myself, and then like a group of other people who honestly, they weren't necessarily like my friends, but they were just the people who like were around. I'm pretty sure they were actually people who went to our university the year before but dropped out or got kicked out or something, and they were up there for Halloween. So it was just like a group of us over there. My other best friend also happened to be there at the time. So it was like probably 6 or 7 of us over there. And it was cool, girl. Like I dressed like a Victoria's Secret angel this year. I wish I had the pictures to put up, but I don't have the pictures to put up. But I dressed like a Victoria's Secret angel and it was sickening, girl, okay? My good friend that was there, she dressed like the like Molly the maid or no, Raggedy Ann. Girl, I don't know. She was dressed as something, like a doll. She was like a doll. And then my other friend, the girl whose house it was like a pimp. And then there was like a girl who was a dominatrix. And then there was someone who was supposed to be anti from the Rihanna album. Like he had painted his face like with the red and the crown, like the anti-Rihanna album. I explained all the costumes because I'm just gonna reference each person in the story by their costume to like make it make sense, to make it easier for us to follow, okay? So me, the Victoria's Secret angel, I arrive late, fashionably late, and style is always styling. Drinks are being poured, everything's going good, it's like a kickback situation, there's music playing. The pimp is hosting everybody, like, you know what I'm saying? She's pouring up the drinks, it's great. I think we were drinking spiced rum. She's walking around making sure everybody's good. By this time, the other like miscellaneous codename kids next door who dropped out of school, they've come in, we're all catching up like, how you been? How you, blah, blah, blah. It's cool energy, it's cool vibes. Now, anti-album, the person who was dressed as the anti-Rihanna album, was just acting mad weird this whole night. Acting mad weird, acting mad, like suspicious. Like it was just odd and his energy was just off. And low-key, like he was known for being like a little shiesty anyway because, I don't know. I just never got like 100% good vibes from him. And actually him and I had our own like issue at one point in time because he was just weird. Like he just would move really weird, like, and I didn't like that. So he was acting very off the whole night and his energy was off. He was very silent, like he was kind of just to himself. So I actually think that I was putting on the final touches of my costume while I was at her apartment. And because I was an angel, I had like these big black angel wings and I had got all these black feathers to like glue on all over myself. So I went into the pimp's bathroom to do this, to finish it, because if you have like done an extensive Halloween costume before where you have to use spirit gum and stuff, you know, like that stuff takes time. Like you can't just do it willy-nilly, especially if you want to look good. So here I am, like Karen in Mean Girls when she's putting those rhinestones on her chest. Here I am in the mirror in the bathroom, and I'm hand gluing feather by black feather all over my front, like all over my chest and like on my, like around here. It was sickening, girl. There's also a girl who was dressed as a vampire. So there's a vampire in the story too. As I'm putting my feathers on, I noticed the pimp starting to look for something, like she's moving the covers around and just like, she's like moving stuff around, like looking for something. I'm trying to figure out like, yo, what are you looking for? Cause I could tell she's stressed out because there's nothing like when you're looking for something and you can't find it, like, you know what I'm saying, like you can't find what you're looking for and it's bothering you. And when you have people around you and no one's really trying to help you look for it, and it just adds stress to you, you know what I mean? Especially if you have all these people in your house, in your apartment, you know, I can imagine that's stressful. When I lived by myself, I did not let just anybody come up in my apartment like that. You know, that's your space, and people do steal, you feel me? But again, This is my best friend. The pimp is like supposed to be my best friend. So I'm kind of just like, yo, what are you looking for? Do you need help? I'm coming in, I'm asking her, I'm like, what are you looking for? What are you looking for? She responds, I'm looking for my chain. I'm looking for this chain. I'm looking for this. It's like a pendant. I think it was an ankh. She stole this pendant from someone else, which I thought was so ironic that like you're looking for it now. But I don't know, whatever. Maybe the dude gave it to her. I don't really know the details, but I'm pretty sure like she took it from the dude. So she's looking for it, and I'm like, okay, well, we're gonna find it. Another friend of mine was also there. She was dressed as a bank robber. So I go out to the bank robber and I go out to Raggedy Ann, and I'm like, yo, pimp lost her pendant on her necklace. Can you guys stop, like, turn it up for a second, help her look for it? They're out in the living room. We all go back into the bedroom and we're like trying to help her look for it. We're tearing everything up. Mind you, this whole entire time, Anti-Album is standing to himself, looking very awkward in the corner of the room. I don't feel like he was really helping us look. I don't feel like he was really being thorough when we were trying to look for the pendant. And I'm just like, I'm noticing that, but I'm just like, you know, whatever, like whatever. Miss Pimp gets so upset, which I understand, because when you're looking for something and you can't find it, like that is so frustrating, you know what I mean? She gets so upset that she just drops everything and starts interrogating everybody in the room. Like she goes down the list one by one to ask everybody in the room if they stole her stuff or whatever. Mind you, this is supposed to be my best friend, right? She's going down one by one. She asked the vampire. Vampire's like, no. She asked the burglar. The burglar's like, no. She asked Raggedy Ann. The Raggedy Ann's like, absolutely not. She asked me, did I take her necklace? Did I take the pendant, the charm off the necklace? And I'm like, no, absolutely not. Like, no, absolutely not. In the exact moment, I didn't react to, in the exact moment, I wasn't, you know, as offended as I was after I thought about it for a few minutes, because she asked me, but she did not ask the girl who was dressed as the dominatrix, who is also her best friend. Granted, they know each other for longer than we had known each other at that point in time, but I feel like when it comes down to it, and when it comes down to loyalty and friendship, like, that time stuff don't matter, because I've known people for years, 5, 6 years, 7+ years, who choose one day, 1 week at one point in time to just act the absolute fool. So when it comes down to friendship, like, length of time, like, you know what I'm saying, sometimes that matters, sometimes really don't. So after that, I walk back out to the living room and I'm thinking, and Miss Raggedy Ann, who's dressed as the doll, she's like, yo, like, why did she ask you but she didn't ask old girl? Like, ain't y'all all supposed to be friends? Ain't she supposed to be your best friend too? Or ain't you her best friend too, whatever? I'm like, yo, you right, I don't know why she didn't ask her, but she asked me. And it was embarrassing, because as I thought about it, I realized how the energy shifted in the room when everyone else saw her ask me. Because everyone else in the room also recognized, dang, like, ain't he supposed to be your best friend? Like, why are you asking him? Why are you flipping out on him? And I'm thinking about that. And then I'm looking at everybody else in the room, in the living room, and I could tell, like, I could see the energy. Like, everybody's also looking like, damn, like, why she ask him? Like, she must not trust him, or like, it must be some weird stuff going on, like some other stuff going on if she would ask him in front of all of us. Like, it's low-key kind of embarrassing, you feel me? So I go back in the room, and I ask her, I'm like, hey, why did you ask me, but you didn't ask her? The pimp says, well, no offense, but that's my best friend. Like, that's my sister. You know what I'm saying? Like, I care about you, but I know she would never steal from me. Like, she would never steal from me. Basically insinuating that you don't know that I would, if I would steal from you. Let me tell y'all something. I don't steal nothing, okay? I know that's popular. I know a lot of people who do that. I don't do that. I wasn't raised that. I just don't do that. I'll do without if I can't afford it. You know what I'm saying? I don't steal. That's just something I don't do. I work hard for things that I have, and I just don't do that. I'm not gonna lie. When she said that, and she was like, you know, yeah, she's my best friend. She's my sister. I know she wouldn't steal from me. And, you know, I had to ask you because I didn't know, blah, 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 blah. When she said that, I'm not gonna lie, it did kind of hurt my feelings. Like, I kind of felt, ouch, you know, because I'm parading you around like my best friend and like my sister and all these things. And here you are, kind of low-key, not accusing me, but yeah, kind of accusing me. Like, the thought crossed your mind that I would steal from you in your own home, which makes me extremely uncomfortable, because I would never think that you would do something like that to me. So I am embarrassed, and my feelings are kind of hurt, especially because there's a ton of other people here. And it's just more of like a, wow, this is where we are. Okay, now I know. But not so fast, because me being the Aries I am, I go out into the living room and I tag my friend, I tag the burglar, and I say, guess what? I'm about to go in this bedroom and I'm about to find this necklace and I'm about to make her feel really, really stupid. Mind you, Anti-album is still like acting weird. He's nowhere to be found, right? So I go up to him. I'm like, yo, have you seen the necklace? He's like, no. He's like, no, I don't know. I don't know where it is. I'm like, okay. So girl, I start tearing that room up. Like I start tearing it up. I'm ripping the covers off the bed, like where he was sitting at, because he was sitting kind of on the edge of the bed. And I assume the necklace was like laying around somewhere over there. So I'm like ripping the covers off the bed. Girl, as I'm tearing the covers off, I mean, you would have thought that I was, what's her name? Angela Bassett. And Waiting to Exhale, girl. When she was pulling them clothes out that closet, girl, I'm ripping them comforters off the bed. All of a sudden, you hear ding, 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 ding. Girl, the pendant hits the ground and starts bouncing around on the floor. The room goes silent. I pick the pendant up and I hand it to her. So here you go. Girl, I leave. Period. I grab my stuff and I go outside. I'm standing outside in the hallway. At this point, like, I'm just disgusted. I'm like, girl, how dare you? Like, how dare you? You stole this necklace from somebody and you gonna try to accuse me of stealing it? Like, I was just so outdone. So I'm just like, man, I was really irritated. I'm waiting in the hallway just to figure out what we're gonna do. Like, who's coming with me? Am I leaving? Blah, 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 blah. Miss Pimp comes walking out and she says, I'm sorry. Like, I'm sorry. I know that you wouldn't steal from me. I don't even know why I asked you. I'm sorry, blah, 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 blah. We go back inside. We have a small conversation, after which we come to the realization that Mr. Anti-Album is the one who stole the necklace and hid it under the covers with an intention to grab it, put it in his bag, or whatever he's going to do with it. That's who took it. That's who took it off of where it was in the first place. And, you know, I think she dealt with him accordingly. I don't really know what happened with that. But, you know, I did kind of feel bad because I was just like, dang, like, you're supposed to be my best friend or whatever. And after that, our friendship did kind of just like dismantle for a lot of different reasons. But that was like one of the things I was like, wow, you know what I'm saying? And I want to stress that if people steal, people steal. I do believe that. Like if somebody steals, they still want to steal again. They steal from Walmart, girl, they'll steal from you. I do feel that way. And I have been in a situation where I have had a friend steal from me. And I never accused him still, even though I know that he did steal from me and that he took something from me. I never accused him. I didn't accuse him, even though I knew I didn't accuse him. Because I do believe that what's done in the dark will come to light. You know what I'm saying? And I eventually got back what was stolen from me. But when it comes to accusing and stuff, you have to be very careful. You have to be very careful who you're accusing. You have to be careful who you are so quick to jump down the neck at, because you could be coming after somebody that genuinely does have your best interests at heart and that would never steal from you, but in fact would actually help you find what was lost and help you find who actually took it from you, girl. So that's the end of that story time. That's why I don't let people borrow my stuff. I don't let people be around my stuff, my jewelry, my nice stuff. Like, girl, no, you can't borrow it. No, you can't wear it for the weekend. I've never been that type of girl. We don't do that over here. Please let me know if you've ever had a friend or somebody close steal from you and how you handled it, because I do think there's a protocol. You know what I'm saying? Like, get your just have your facts straight. Have your evidence. Like, you gotta watch CSI, Law and Order. You know what I'm saying? Have your leads together before you make a. You know what I mean? Like, it's a judicial system where you gotta have your evidence and your facts before you go around accusing people. Okay. If you like this video, make sure you go ahead and hit the thumbs up button for me, please. Make sure you hit the subscribe button too. Hit the notification bell so that you can be notified whenever I upload a new video. Check me out on Instagram at ToneClassic and check out my fashion lifestyle blog, www.toneclassic.org. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.